Hi guys, my name is Mike Rowledge from Prince Edward Island. So this is my 82 Volkswagen Rabbit pickup. I would say, I think it was like 2011 was when I bought my first one. I've been coming to MBOC, I think, since 2012. So this is my 82 Volkswagen Rabbit pickup. I actually found it local to me. It was imported from Florida in, I think, 2007, and I randomly was driving by an old guy's place and saw a bunch of other cars in the yard, and I was like, I'm going to go check it out, knock on the door, and just see if I can take a look around. And walked around the back of the house, and it was sitting in a couple feet of grass, and I was like, oh, cool, a Rabbit. And then I realized it was a truck too, which I've always kind of wanted a truck. Went up to it, and it was actually pretty solid, so $1,000 later, and I acquired another project. And I think the reason it was sitting is he tried to swap one of these AAZs into it, so it was in the truck but not running or anything like that. They're BBS RM. I don't know the offset. I think it's like 33 maybe is look at the barrel offset, but they're 7.5 wide in the front and 8 in the rear. And then tires, I actually just upsized the front because the old ones were a little too low. They're 165/50 in the front and now the same in the rear too, so they match. I think from start to finish it was probably 3 or 4 years. I think I bought the truck in 2017. 16 or 17, end of the season of 16, and I think I had it out in 19. I would say probably just the reactions it gets. A lot of people are like, oh, I had a Rabbit when I was growing up, and you get to meet a lot of like interesting people, and sometimes that leads to finding other cars too, so it's come into advantage quite a few times. So there's a couple little like paint flaws just from either me buffing it too much. I wet sanded the truck fully after I had it painted, so it was kind of a learning process. So there's a couple little flaws here and there. I probably will swap to a different engine at some point too. This one has been great. I built it myself, like rings and bearings and whatnot, but never had any major problems, but I think I'd like to go with something with a little more power, a little more modern. I have an ALH swap at home, so that's probably what's the next plan. When I was in high school, my parents had a Mark IV 180 Jetta, automatic, Tiptronic, and that's what I learned to kind of drive on. And then I was like, oh, this car is kind of like quick and it made cool noises and stuff. So then I started researching and I started looking at Mark IIIs, and I was like, oh, cool, like older stuff. And then I met a couple guys who had a bagged Mark II, and I took that car to prom and stuff. So it kind of just went from there, and I ended up buying one that summer and have had too many to count. Yeah. Let me count this out. All right. So Golf, The 90 Golf, the orange one. The red Time Bomb, which I painted and VR swapped. And then I had the Flare, another Mark II Jetta that I TDI swapped. Then I had my Mark V Rabbit. I had a TT, which isn't really a Volkswagen. Then I had, I guess I bought this one, and then now I have my other Mark II as well. So, yeah. Too many to remember, honestly. Oh, and I had a coupe too. I might do a little bit to the suspension. The rear is just an axle flip with air shocks, and it's a little kind of bouncy and stuff. So I don't know if I want to try to find like a custom coilover to put on it to make it a little stiffer. But I don't really want to go bags, but it might be in the future. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah. So I have two E30s, a 4-door and a 2-door. So the 4-door will be first because it's cleaner, came from Texas. M52 swap, I'll probably put it on bags. I want to have AC, make it a nice like summer cruiser, paint job. The coupe I want to make into kind of more of like a streetable track car type thing. And then, I don't know, someday I'd like to get a 911 if I can ever afford it in my lifetime, we'll see. Or like an E30 M3 or something like that.
Yeah. Same boat.
Dream cars, yeah, exactly.